Gentics C.O.K. by Spencer Tippett. Punnett squares. Punnett squares are a way of solving equations for certain genes. So, for example, B is a recessive gene, and brown eyes is a dominant gene. But sometimes the dominant gene will have a part of recessive gene inside of it as well. So Punnett squares are used to solve a gene. So say this is the mother, and this is the father. So mother is recessive blue eyes, and the father is recessive dominant brown, but has a trait of blue. So they have a 50-50 chance of having a brown eyes child, or a blue eyes child. A genotype is a genetic makeup of the child or cell or organism of the two parents. For example, here's one right here. The grandparents have both brown eyes dominant, and then the other set of grandparents have recessive blue eyes, so their child has blue and theirs is brown. But these two have brown, both a recessive gene, so sooner or later that child's child or grandchildren will have a blue eye or blue eyes. A phenotype gene or is a trait that stands out, like your eyes will stand out, your hair color will stand out. So for example, your blue eyes or brown eyes stand out. That's how it stands out and works. An allele gene is a gene that you get, two genes that you get, one from your father and one from your mother. And some can be dominant and some can be recessive. Homozygous dominant and homozygous recessive are when you have both. So, for example, if a dad was both dominant, like that, he would be homozygous dominant. And if the mom was recessive, she would be homozygous recessive. So their child would be a mix, basically, meaning he'd be heterozygous, meaning you're a mix between the two. But this is those two. A carrier is a person that may have a dominant gene but has a recessive gene. So kind of like a heterozygous, this. And so they, like, for example, the person will have brown eyes but will carry the blue gene, or have, like that. And a pedigree chart is where it shows like the genes over time. So like the parents will have DE, and mom RR, and the baby has DR. Marry someone RR. The baby is like R or, and then we have another one which is DR. And that is all the definitions. For the flower color, parents are both dominant peas, so they both have purple. So when their children would also have purple because they all have dominant genes. For the seed color, both parents have recessive genes, little y, little y, little y, little y. So their children would be the color green, which is recessive. Same with parents are green and recessive. For the final child to be a recessive blue gene, first the father would have recessive, and then the mother would have to be dominant recessive, meaning she has brown eyes but has a recessive gene. So that's how the daughter has brown eyes but a recessive gene. And either the mother or the father would have to both be dominant, or one of them would have to have a recessive gene, so their son could have dominant recessive gene, so they could have the dominant recessive gene, so they would have the blue-eyed son. And so that is how they got this gene. The end.